ever, which is like, are you going to accomplish that naturally? No, like simply put, you're not. So, you know, obviously certain individuals, a lot of people are going to say this is a fucking horrible idea. But you know, everyone has their own goals, and you can't knock him really for having a goal that he's trying to break a record here. You know, it's not a smart decision health-wise, longevity-wise, a myriad of different things, but at the end of the day, he has a goal that he's not going to reach without doing certain things, and he accepts the risks. So, you know, it's kind of hard to be too judgmental when it's like, you know, like a lot of people will say too, like, oh, I would have, you know, people who take gear for vanity, like it's so stupid. Like you should only do it if you compete. And it's like, it's hard to know for certain if guys who actually say that, who are competing, would actually not take gear if they weren't competing and they're actually serious, or if they're just using it as a cop-out to justify their use, which I think is often the case, to be honest. So I don't know if that's really what's going on here, to be honest, but you know, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say that if at the end of the day, if he wants to go pro in classic physique as the youngest pro, like he's gonna have to fucking do some shit, unfortunately. So like, I understand the justification, at least if it was actually based on just that and not like actual vanity reasons other than that.
So with that being said, you guys,
and by the way, don't fucking do it. I'm just like, it's pretty obvious conclusion that should be made is anybody who's a teenager realistically should not really touch this shit, because the likelihood that you understand even how to deploy this stuff in a responsible manner, and even to make the most use of it and get the most results out of it with the minimal stress on organ systems, is fucking low. Like, you're not gonna understand this stuff until you've researched it for years, to be honest. So, but again, that's for somebody who is, you know, looking at this stuff. For him, he has his own justification. He's in his own realm of kind of reasons to reinforce like why he's doing it. And, you know, at the end of the day, everyone's gonna have their own judgment on whether this is a poor decision or a justified decision. I don't think anyone's ever gonna say it's a good decision, but you know, everyone's gonna have their own judgment on if this is a justified decision or not. And like, I can understand his logic, at least. Let's just put it that way.
I'm gonna give you like a complete rundown of what my first cycle is, what I was expecting out of it, on top of basically like the